down. We're almost to school. It's time now for the school report. Today we welcome Paul Franzwa, the Superintendent of the Independence Public Schools. Brought to you by Poppy Bus Service. The school report starts right now.
It is that time of year. It is a beautiful time of year, June. We were just talking about how June is so great. I am joined by Paul Franzwa. How are you this morning, my friend?
Doing well, yeah. Favorite time of year. I love June. My birthday's in July, but June is just like, it's usually when it finally warms up. Everything is green, beautiful mornings.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to a good dairy breakfast, that's just a fun Saturday morning.
Yep.
So, yeah, good time of year.
Yeah, and speaking about breakfast, you were telling me something that you got going on before we went on, so you want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah. This year we reignited the Breakfast Club, which is some kids that come in and do workouts on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So me and a couple other staff members I took Fridays and somebody else took Wednesday and somebody else Mondays. And just really, today was the last day. We started in the beginning of April. We went until, school got out on Tuesday for kids, and they still came in on Wednesday, still came in today. Just really proud of the kids and how they, showed dedication and hard work. And, success doesn't just happen by accident.
Yeah.
You put in the work and you put in the time and you do more than your competitor to just get a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about it from an athletics perspective, but one thing that I hope that these kids have learned is just to get up and be dependable and make it somewhere early in the morning. A lot of their friends are still sleeping in bed, and they were there this morning at 6:30, and like I said, school got out on Tuesday, so just really proud of them.
Yep.
We have another program that's starting next week, and it's going to run for the month of June. Our booster club was super generous and made a donation. We have another individual in the community that's talked with us about making a donation, but it's a program out of Eau Claire. It's called Calibrated Fitness, and they're going to come in on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays in the morning and work with kids. They're bringing like 3 coaches down. Again, just the overwhelming generosity from our community for things like this. We are so fortunate. This past week, we had a school board meeting. We had a local church that made a donation for delinquent lunches. Happens all the time, the generosity. So just want to give a shout out to our community and for all their generosity and going the extra mile and doing the extra things. So similar to the kids going above and beyond and doing the summer workout things. So a couple things there with Breakfast Club and generosity from the community.
Yep. And speaking of the community, you guys have your, okay, I'm going to try to say it.
All right.
Sesquicentennial? Did I say that right?
Sesquicentennial.
Sesquicentennial.
Yeah, that's how I would pronounce it.
Yeah, I can't remember how I was saying. I've been messing that up all week, but your 150 year celebration,
That's what
I could say that.
I was listening to you yesterday, and I heard you just said it's the 150th, and the lady that you were talking to had mentioned it's that tough word that you're avoiding there. So yeah. So that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it starts tonight. Actually, there have been some other things, activities, and special events leading up to this, whether it be the pageant, the medallion hunt, the scavenger hunt, so on and so forth. But yeah, it starts tonight with a fireman's dance, and it ends Sunday night with a parade at dusk at 9 o'clock. So our staff is going to have a float in there. Not really a float, but it's our Indy van, and we pass out stuff, and it's just fun to see the kids and whatnot. But yeah, a great event. A lot of community people involved over the weekend. Special things like you and I, a beer stein holding contest, a canoe race, so a run walk race. There was a
they got a fashion show,
all the stuff, a wine tasting, and so just really happy for the community that they get to celebrate this. A lot of work went into this, and this, again, just like I said, success doesn't happen by accident. Things like this don't happen by accident either. A lot of behind the scenes work and planning and organizing, and so just thankful to all of those people for their hard work to provide something special like this for the community.
Yep, like you said, and it's great that the community gets behind this and helps put these things on, because without that community support, you don't have one.
I love it. I really do. I'm I'm from a small town, you know, and growing up in Oliva, the Broiler Fest would always happen the week before, you know. But you see earlier in the week, you see the rides getting set up, but then you also see community members setting up chicken stands and people baking pies or getting ready for this or that, you know. And it's that small town feel and everybody chipping in and doing their thing. You need community people to work the events and to work the stands, and everybody shows up, and it's really a good time, you know, and everybody's out and about. You see people that you haven't seen for a long time, and so I just hope that the weather cooperates this weekend. I hope that people are able to make it out and to support the community with all their events this weekend, and find a way just to be present and see people you haven't seen in a long time and celebrate the 150th year of the community.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, we're talking getting into June here. It's the end of the school year.
Right.
It seems like we were just talking about the beginning, but here we are at the end, huh?
Yeah, our last day with kids was on Tuesday. We had a 1 o'clock dismissal.
Okay.
And then last day with staff was yesterday. But we did Tuesday night. We had a board meeting. So you know, just sort of bringing everything to a close. Yesterday, I sort of finally had time because Wednesday was filled with checkouts with staff, you know, and then yesterday sort of followed up with the board meeting from Tuesday night. And before you know it, it's going to be in the middle of June, and you know, I was just like, today's the 5th already. You know, like slow down, right? But like, yeah, so it's been great. It's summer school starts on Monday.
Yeah.
So as the kids were leaving on Tuesday, goodbye, you know, and teachers are out on the drive and waving and whatnot. You know, have a good summer, you know, and then I'm under my breath, we'll see you Monday, you know. But yeah, no, it's all good. It's and our summer school is filled with just like enrichment events and different things that, you know, there is some remediation and there is some, you know, academic based things, but a lot of it is just enrichment, and there's free breakfast and free lunch. The DPI puts that on, and so that's great. And it just gives the kids something to do rather than sitting at home. So that'll run the month of June. I know that's a later agenda item on here, but it'll run the month of June, and Monday through Thursday, I believe it's like 8 in the morning until 2:15, 2:30 or something. We have a modified busing route for that. And so, and it's not too late. If you haven't had a chance to sign your child up for summer school, just contact the office, let us know. We'd love to have them. So
yeah, and it's a good time. I know my kids, 3 of them, 2 of them, they always signed up for summer school because they like school so much. My other one, not so much. But.
Right, but it's a difference in like enrichment, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
When I was an elementary principal, I was in charge of summer school, and they would do things like outdoor activities, outdoor adventures, they called it, you know, whether it's bike safety, setting up a tent, having a campfire and roasting marshmallows, you know, when it's 90 degrees out and the sun's beating down in the middle of the day, but the kids still loved it, you know. And different things like just taking hikes, and we ran swimming lessons with it too, but I wish we, you know, could collaborate with Arcadia or Whitehall. You know, I just think swimming lessons is so important for kids, and it's a great time of year, and you can coordinate it with summer school. Makes it nice for parents rather than taking off of work to run in, run back, and so.
Yeah, exactly. And
something to look forward to, maybe, that we can work on in the future.
Yeah, no kidding. And you got a community service day. Have you done this, or you got one coming up?
We did the community service date a couple weeks ago.
That's
it's just something I'm really, really proud of. Amber Guza sort of coordinates that for us, and she does a wonderful job with that, and you know, just coordinating different things around the community. But you know, I see pictures of it because you can't be every place at once, but you know, the roadside cleanup, you know, my mother-in-law used to, her name was Katie Lee, she used to take care of Highway 93 north of town, and everybody would know, and they'd see Katie out walking, and eventually she put on like her emergency vest, like bright neon yellow or orange or whatever, but Katie always did a great job of keeping the ditches clean, and so our kids are out doing things like that. They've done that, but they didn't have to do much in that area because she kept it so nice. They did south of town, north of town. They helped out with landscaping around the community. I know this year they went to an individual's farm and they helped with cleaning, getting the garage cleaned and cleaning windows and doing some lawn work and whatnot. So just a variety of activities. And it's a way for our students to get out and do some hands-on work, maybe some things that they aren't forced to do around their house. But also as a way to give back to the community that's so generously given to us. So it's a great partnership that we have with our community, and Amber does a wonderful job of coordinating that and setting that up for us.
Yep, and it helps them have a little pride in what they're doing too. If you're helping out someone in the community, or driving down the road and be like, oh, look how clean that is. We did that.
Right.
And that moves them forward.
When your buddy throws a pop bottle out or whatever, you're like, whoa, wait, what are you doing? But and I hear all the time from our community members about how great it was to have our students out doing this work. And I think our community is really proud of our students when we do that. We can sit in desks and we can listen and we can learn in the school, but there's also learning that happens out and by giving back to people and by doing, in labor, in the community. So it's always nice to just drive through and see City Hall and the work that our kids have done there, and whether it's painting or, like I said, landscaping, they make it look beautiful. And what great timing for that with the 150th this weekend too. Oh,
no kidding.
Yeah.
And like you said, with kids too, if they do that stuff and then they see what they've done, and any of their friends that might be a little, no, you're not,
right.
Because there was always one of us who would do that type of stuff.
Yeah, you're not mentioning any names.
No, it wasn't me.
Yeah, asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend. Yes. And can you tell me about the Healthcare Academy?
Yeah. So last time I was here, we talked a little bit about utilizing the WTC campus in Indy and working with the other TVC schools and setting up a Healthcare Academy. Since then, we've continued to look into grants. We actually went to Rochester and did a tour. It's a place called CTEC. And so there's 3 high schools in Rochester, and they all sort of funnel to this CTEC. And CTEC is run in affiliation with Rochester Community Technical College, RCTC. And they have a lot of their career and technical education classes that they offer out there. So we went and just observed that they do have a healthcare academy there. It's one of their larger rooms in this facility. And just to get an idea as to what other places, how they're setting them up, how they're running them, what equipment do they have, and just how do they collaborate with the local technical college there and the things that they have in place for their students. So that was really helpful. We went as a group of superintendents, and then our youth apprenticeship coordinator, Kara Bradley, also went with us. We have later this month, we have a trip planned for lacrosse. The 2 lacrosse high schools do the same thing. They work with Amplify and Mayo Clinic and provide a healthcare academy for their students. So still planning, still working, still doing some behind the scenes work. I know Kara and I are going to look at a grant that's due later on this month, a DPI grant. I believe it's called like a health transformational grant, but is a way to just help us with resources and continue to fund this project. So I'm excited about it. I think it's a wonderful opportunity when we sit back and we look at the number of students in the 4 schools that are interested in entering the healthcare field, and we can provide this opportunity for them. And you couple that with, Tri-County or the Trempealeau County Healthcare Center or Amplify. There's clinics in Blair, there's clinics in Independence, there's the hospital in Whitehall, partnerships that way, and just building regional stability for our communities and meeting students' needs and their desires and helping them develop and become career ready.
Yeah, it's a great idea too, because you get that into the school, maybe more kids will be interested in it. And we all know how the healthcare is around here now. I mean, we got some great hospitals and things, but
we do.
There is a shortage of healthcare workers and places to get healthcare. So it just helps grow it for the years to come.
Yeah. One last thing that I'd like to say about that is, when this idea was presented, we sat around at a table for a meeting earlier this spring, and Trempealeau County Healthcare Center was there, Amplify was there, and WTC was there. And I can't just can't say enough about the support that they've had for this venture with us, and willing to help in any way. So just really thankful for that, and excited about the future, and as that will develop, I'll keep you informed from month to month. But hopefully next month we can talk a little bit about what we saw in lacrosse. I think that's a June 17th tour. So.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great to get that update. And we can talk about sports now. State track today and tomorrow.
Yeah, state track today, tomorrow. Our 4x8 relay team, I believe that they run tomorrow, but that's Sophia Campa, Anna Kent, Allie and Taylor Silla, and we have alternates Leah Sandoval Reyes and Shauna Whitewater. So I believe they run tomorrow. And tomorrow is also Taylor running the 2-mile. So Taylor will run the 2-mile and participate in the 4x8 relay. Taylor is also running the mile, and her sister Allie is going to run the 800-meter run. Oh, wow. So 4 events, and what is that? 6, 7 kids when you count the alternates that are going to be down there representing our communities. So really proud of them. I was talking with our track coach, Darren Lau, and he was telling me sectionals were in Bangor last Friday night. So at the state event, they run it over 2 days, and you can sort of split them up. So when you think about like Taylor Silla, last Friday night, she ran the 2-mile, she ran the mile, and she ran the 4x8 qualified for state in all 3 of those. I'm sure she was just absolutely exhausted. Now this weekend, she gets to spread those over 2 days, but really proud of her, because that's her senior year, and all of her hard work and dedication sort of culminating with that. The other girls are all juniors. So that's so it's proud of those girls, and I'm sure that they will represent our community and our schools very well. And hopefully the rain stays away for them. It's this afternoon is Division 2 and 3, and then they'll finish up with some events tomorrow. But Division 1 starts this morning, 2 and 3 this afternoon. So wish those girls good luck, and I hope they have a great time and enjoy the experience.
And no matter how it turns out, just getting to this point is such an accomplishment in itself too. So. It
is, and when you really reflect on that, I've thought about that, and so Taylor's been down there, so like the first time you go, it's like, I made it, and you just sort of take it in and you do the best that you can. But when you're a return competitor, now you know what you're going into, and I really hope that she can find success, and all the girls, I want them all to find success. But I believe our 4x8 relay team made it last year too, so hopefully they stand a pretty good chance to get on the podium as well. So so excited for that. And we just finished up with softball regionals. I was listening to WHTL on the way in, and I hear that the Blair Taylor, they have an afternoon game today.
They got rained out last night, so they will be playing Northwood Solon Spring at Blair Taylor, 12:30 pregame and a 1 p.m. start.
That's a long drive for Solon Springs to drive all the way down. Drive down to Blair. Blair's got a great facility. Our Blair beat our girls on Tuesday night, the night we had the board meeting. So I was pretty bummed that I couldn't make it, but we our girls made it. They were regional champs, so proud of our girls. And then they played Blair with a sectional semifinal on Tuesday night and lost 8-1. But good luck to Blair, and another Dairyland Conference team, part of our TVC, and so we want to support them. And that sort of ties back into the first thing that we started talking about was the Breakfast Club. And, I did, going to a few of the games this year, you see some of the girls that are in the gym in the mornings on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays and putting in the hard work and getting better. And then you see them find success on the athletic field or on the court or whatever, and that doesn't happen by chance. So proud of all of our students that came in over the last 2 months for the Breakfast Club, and really, really happy and satisfied that they're finding success in the sports. But I know that the success that they'll find in the workforce because of learning how to work hard and go above and beyond, that's what's most important. So,
because like you said earlier, the number one thing when you go out into the working world is get up, get there, and get working on it. And a lot of people they'll make excuses, 100 million excuses not to do something. Right. But these kids are there early every morning. They're working hard, and I think there's gonna be a bright future for all of them.
I sure hope so. I love that's one of the things I love about education is working with young students to instill those values and to support them in that. They got to have a little bit of effort. They got to have some skin in the game too, right? But so we're making an effort in our school and our community to do things like that, whether it's the spring cleanup or whether it's the the breakfast club and all of that stuff. So we got some good things happening, and really, really thankful for all the support and generosity from our community.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for coming in today. Anything else you want to say before I let you go?
I just want to give a shout out to Dawn Wycheck and Lisa Schultz. They're retiring at the end of this year. Both of them have more years of experience, but their Indy experience was 30 years for Dawn Wycheck and 26 for Lisa Schultz.
Wow.
Long time, just wonderful educators in our community, and very, very thankful for all the work and dedication that they have shown. The education profession is a demanding profession. It's not just an 8 to 4 o'clock profession. It's a lot of nights and weekends and selfless work where you're serving other people, whether it be parents and families or whether it be our students first and foremost. But thankful for everything that they have done. 56 years of dedication walking out the door, and we'll do our best to find a adequate replacement and support them, and hopefully they can give us another 50 plus years. So
bet.
Yeah,
that is great. So hopefully we'll see you down there doing the beer stein contest this weekend.
Right. You bet. I'll be in the parade too.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Paul Franzwa, thank you so much for coming in this morning, my friend. And we're going to jump back into the hits right after this.
102.3 WHTL.
Hi, this is Randy Slobby with the Independence Day's 150th Anniversary Celebration Committee. We're inviting